All right, if you're serious about a career in penetration testing, you know there's one certification that just stands out. Today, we're going to build the complete roadmap, everything you need to know to conquer the OSCP in 2025. Let's dive right in.
It's the big question, right? In a field that's full of self-proclaimed experts, how do you actually prove you have the hands-on skills that companies are desperate for? Well, for a whole lot of people, the answer is the OSCP.
So, let's start with the absolute basics. What exactly is this thing? It's pretty much known as the gold standard. And that's because it's not about memorizing a textbook, it's about proving you can actually do the job when the pressure is on.
The OffSec Certified Professional, or OSCP, is all about validating your real-world skills. Think of it less like a multiple-choice test and more like a simulated client project. You have to find the weak spots, exploit them, and then, and this is so important, you have to write a professional report explaining exactly how you did it.
Now, here's a really key change for 2025 you need to know about. The core OSCP cert, once you earn it, it's yours for life. But by passing the modern exam, you now get this OSCP Plus designation. Just think of this as your proof of being current. It's active for 3 years, and it basically tells everyone your skills are sharp and totally up to date.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of the exam itself. Understanding the structure and the rules is absolutely fundamental to passing this thing. This is really where your strategy starts.
So, the exam is worth a total of 100 points, and you need 70 to pass. Simple enough. You're going to face 3 standalone machines, and they're worth 20 points each. But look at that Active Directory set. It's one big scenario across 3 machines, but it is worth a massive 40 points. Seriously, mastering Active Directory is completely non-negotiable.
And you have to do all of that against the clock. You get exactly 23 hours and 45 minutes for the hands-on hacking. Then, after that intense marathon, a whole separate 24-hour clock starts for you to write up and submit your professional report. Time management is, well, it's everything.
And this quote from the official exam guide, it just says it all. The OSCP is designed to feel like a real job. It's tough, things aren't always clear, and there is absolutely no hand-holding. That's a huge part of why it's so respected.
You have got to know these rules cold, because one simple mistake can get you disqualified. I mean it, the exam is fully proctored. You can only use Metasploit on one target. AI assistants like ChatGPT, strictly forbidden. And that report, it's not optional. You literally can't pass without it. Don't let a small mistake end your attempt.
All right, so you know what the exam is all about. Now for the big question, how do you even prepare for it? Let's build a winning study plan that's going to help you master all the core topics you'll need.
For people who already have a decent foundation, a 12-week focused plan can work wonders. You start with the fundamentals, enumeration, which is really just a fancy word for systematically discovering what's on the network. Then you dive into the heavy-hitting stuff, like privilege escalation. That's going from a normal user to having full control, and of course, that all-important Active Directory. That final month is all about practice, 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 mock exams, and just getting your whole process down solid.
Okay, listen up, because this is a game-changing tip from the source material. Don't wait until your mock exam to start practicing your report writing. After every single lab machine you compromise, write a quick mini report. This builds the muscle memory you are absolutely going to need when you're exhausted on exam day.
All this hard work, it has to be for something, right? Of course it is. Let's talk about the payoff. Why is this certification such a big deal to hiring managers and companies? First things first, the demand is enormous. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics is projecting a staggering 29% growth for information security analyst jobs over the next decade. This field is just exploding, and having the right certs gives you a huge advantage. And yeah, the compensation definitely reflects that demand. The median wage for this role in the U.S. was nearly $125,000 as of May 2024. The OSCP is really an investment in a high-growth, high-value career. But ultimately, it all comes down to this. Employers love the OSCP because it's proof. It proves you can actually do the job. It's not about what you know from a book. It's about what you can do under pressure. It shows you have real practical skills in both the technical hacking and the professional reporting side of things.
So, you've done the prep, you get the value. Now it is time for the final phase, executing your game plan on exam day to make sure you walk away with a pass. On exam day, a structured plan, a run book, is your best friend. In the first couple of hours, your only goal should be rapid enumeration on all the targets to find any easy wins. The biggest trap is falling down a rabbit hole, so time box yourself. Seriously, spend no more than 90 minutes on one target before you rotate. It clears your head and keeps the momentum going. And as you go, be so careful about capturing your proof screenshots exactly the way the guide tells you to. Then, in your final hours, don't frantically hack. Calmly go back and make sure every step in your notes works so your report is perfect.
And finally, let's talk about what not to do. Let's learn from the mistakes others have made. Don't rush your initial recon. Don't go in without a solid, repeatable plan for privilege escalation. And please, do not underestimate that Active Directory set. Keep your notes clean, grab every single screenshot you need, and never, ever forget those tool restrictions.
So there you have it, a clear, actionable roadmap to conquering the OSCP in 2025. Look, it is a challenging journey, there's no doubt about it, but it's one that proves you have what it takes to really excel in this field. The only question left is, are you ready to prove it?